Hello 2023, how you doing? Nice to be in you. Is your life good? Welcome to our online memory afternoon. My name's John O'Casson. This is the Woman Toasty Club, and we are starting 2023 with online memory afternoon episode 113. Yes, indeed we are. Let me look at what I've got coming up for you. We have our guest all the way live from Cumbria today, the wonderful Will Harris from My Little Brother. That's the band. I don't know if he's got a little brother. Probably people ask him that all the time. Maybe we'll find out later. Not sure. Looking forward to him singing and having a chat with us. We have our retro raffle returns. We've got a mini break of the week. Mini break of the week. What is that? We'll be discussing that later. We've also got the wonderful Jeanette Lyons and Tom Hardy joining us. Let me find those beautiful people and bring them to the fore. Where are you? There you are.
Hello.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, you were saying that off air before. I've stopped saying it. You know.
No, there's still so many people I haven't spoken to yet.
20th. Do you think 20th? It's like buying a calendar for the year. When is it too late to buy a calendar for the new year?
Probably October the year before for me.
No, don't say that. We've been giving them out as prizes at the raffle at the club.
Oh, but the thing is, you kind of get things booked up, don't you? So if you get one in January, what about all the things that you'd already got planned for January? They're on scraps of paper, are they?
Well, for me at the moment, I've got a diary, a calendar on the computer, and I have the calendar that's on the fridge. That's the biggest one in the world.
Right.
It's not on there, it's not existing. But you have to tally those two up. How many do you two have?
One. It's on my computer, but it's also linked with the one on my phone. So I can do it on my phone or my computer. So, yeah.
Oh, atmospheric good times. Yeah. Tom, how about you? You old school, new school?
New school. I have a family one on the phone and computer, just on like a Google one. And then I'm also joined with yours as well, aren't I think, or one of your warm and toasty one.
Tom, you're right. We have a warm and toasty one where we can see who's on. And I have another one. I wouldn't say it's family. It's me. And things
you can overlap them. That's what I've got, a Google Calendar. So it's on my phone and computer. And so I've got my personal stuff on there. I've got my business stuff on there. I've got warm and toasty stuff on there. You can overlap different calendars.
Yeah.
So,
well, on my phone, I can see them all, but not on the computer.
I can only see them all on the computer. I haven't got warm and toasty on my phone.
I just switch them on and off when I want to see different things.
Yeah, it's exciting, Tom, isn't it? Good afternoon, Wendy. She says, afternoon, warm and toasty playmates. Sending good wishes to you, Wendy. We are here for the first time. Oh my God, what are we going to do? We're going to have a show for an hour or so.
I don't know if it's a good time to mention that I've started up my acting career a little bit, and I did a thing last week before, and guess who was there being an extra? Jenny Lithgow.
Jenny Lithgow. She's just come on.
Oh, well, Jenny Lithgow is now my acting buddy. We were in the same shoot.
Whoa, let's hear more about it. Jenny says, hi, everyone. Flying visit today. Well, flying visit indeed, but we're glad you're here, Jenny. Hello to you. We're here, your Jeanette's acting buddy. What was the project?
It was for the Co-op funeral service, a kind of a video of them kind of selling their wares, I guess.
Before and after.
Neither of us had to play the corpse.
Jeanette was in the coffin. She jumped out the coffin. Come to the Co-op, everyone.
Just like pops out and sings a little song.
Jack in a box.
So was it a local
Doesn't like that.
East of England co-op job?
Yeah, it was just Wimpole Road, literally walking distance from my house.
And what do you sort of look solemn together, or?
Well, yeah, you had to do different things. You had to draw on everything, all your emotions, and yeah, but I think because the celebrant that was there, or the actor playing, he was being quite kind of making us laugh, and that's what happens at a funeral, that somebody talks about stories that the person did and funny things that they did, and so there are little chuckles here and there. It's quite nice, a celebration of life. So, but it was good. I don't know if Jenny did any, getting up doing things, or was just sitting in the audience all the time. But she was front row.
She says
main people.
SAs or SAS, supporting artists.
Yeah.
Small S, I suppose it's SA.
Extras.
That's the thing now. I saw on the news report that podcast thing that people are going for a celebration of life since the lockdown. Since the pandemic, people are sort of going away from regular funerals. I don't know. I thought it would have been nice if you were sort of like, you was all dressed up, them bones, them dry bones, and you was all doing a little dance routine.
Oh, you're more irreverent than I am, John O'Casson.
I don't even know how to spell that, let alone say it. But thank you very much. Yes. There we go. Talking about death as we start. Jeanette, we are the Dark and
No, we're talking about the celebration of life.
Celebration.
Yeah, I'm Irish, and nobody knows how to do a wake like us Irish, and that is a celebration of life, isn't it? It's a party.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's the one thing we can be sure of: death and taxes. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah. What was that, Tom?
Is it somewhere? I don't know if it's like the Philippines or Indonesia or somewhere, and they keep their dead bodies for a year in the house before they bury them, so that people can get used to when people turn up and visit people through that year, and then
They're still there.
Yeah, and it's like they just get used to them not being there.
Yeah. Have they got big freezer or
no?
That's a warm country.
Right? I don't know. Maybe they embalm.
Maybe they get some Fabrice. Hello, Steve Brady. Good afternoon to you. Coffee with my friends, he says. Good morning, Warm and Toasty Club. Good morning, North Carolina, Steve. And good morning, Steve Brady. Nice to see you there. Wendy says best funeral songs, Dem Bones, and another one, Bites the Dust. Great Balls of Fire. We're going to have a little theme, aren't we? Great Balls of Fire. That's a proclamation, isn't it? Another one, Bites the Dust, and then the whole auditorium dances to it. Dum, 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 in a kind of robot style. Oh, we should move on quickly. Let's do the retro raffle. Oh, it don't play.
I'm here. Oh, waiting to see the prizes as well.
Wow, I bet you are. Why is that not working then?
Oh, you got to sing it. It's the retro raffle.
It's the retro raffle. Never has been seen. It's the retro raffle, and it's coming. It's coming to your screen. Oh yeah. It's coming.
Oh yeah.
It's coming to your screen. Them bones, them dry bones. Yeah.
Wendy's saying bat out of hell.
Oh, bat out of hell. Blimey.
Bat into hell, maybe. I don't know.
It's gone until the morning comes. What we got today? We've got the retro raffle. Thanks for coming with us and being with us, I should say, on our first 2023 show. We had an in-person memory afternoon last Monday, or this Monday, wasn't it? Was it this Monday? Yeah.
It's this Monday. Friday today.
Very nice, wasn't it, Tom? It was just a gentle opener. Tom took some lovely photos that she sent to me yesterday, and I posted them. If you want to see them, on our Facebook page. Thank you.
They looked quite jolly, didn't they?
It looked jolly, yeah. You made it look like a nice reception.
And everybody was really miserable, but I mean, the photos looked good.
Yeah, they look really bright, actually. It was a really sunny day. Nice night. Retro raffle, yes. Sorry. Come on, Jono, get with the program. So we need to talk about prizes for the retro raffle. We need to talk about potato peels, potato peelings. Yes, we do. We also need to talk about banana skins. We also need to talk about orange peel. Jono also needs to find where he's put the blooming right order of my notes on. The reason I'm including those as prizes this week is they're things you can do yourself. But it's a new year. Everybody knows after Christmas we start becoming healthy. I'm doing it at the moment. Jeanette and Tom are definitely doing it by the looks of them, though I can't say for sure. Keep your potato skins because they're very good. They are filled with nutrients like iron, calcium, potassium, vitamins, and magnesium, and they help boost metabolism and help control blood sugar. And they are an bacterial agent. I'm going to learn to read in 24. Potato skins is also good for your skin. I used to use them under my eyes because my eyes sometimes, because I'd stay up late previously, and I'll get sort of dark eyes. But if you put peel this bit of skin off a potato and the inside bit, you get a juice. If you just put the juice under your eyes, that will help reduce black under your eyes, dark under your eyes. Orange peel actually full of vitamin C, twice the amount that's in the fruit. They're full of things like vitamin B6, calcium, potassium, magnesium, riboflavin, riboflavin. I love you so. They're hard to digest and they can be bitter, so use a grater. Likewise, banana peels, they're rich in nutrients and carbohydrates and lots of vitamins, more than I care to list here that I'm interested in. Can be used as a teeth whitener, apparently, removing acne. And if you sprinkle sugar on the flesh side of banana peels, you can use them as a soft exfoliating loofah. There you go. I can imagine. Just send the pictures in. I can imagine you doing that. You can, use it as a loofah. But yeah, so you can also use. I don't know if I've got a picture of them. Yeah, let's put it up. Let's go mad. Let's go crazy. We've gone mad for the 2023 special prizes. Help with cucumber peel can get rid of ants. Ants don't like cucumber peel and they avoid it at all costs. So if you have an ant problem in your house, place generous strips of cucumber peel along your entry point. Oh, missus. No toxic or expensive chemicals needed. The more bitter the cucumber, the better the result.
Well, male cucumbers, don't you, for bitterness?
Yeah, you have gherkiny ones. So they're the prizes for today's retro raffle. And the question is sort of like a question about you, really. And same to Tom and Jeanette. If I ask you this, when you was a kid, what was your favourite place to visit? Simples. Tom, when you was a kid, what was your favourite place to visit?
Probably just down. What you mean, like I'd just go down the beach or something. That's what I quite like doing.
I love going to the beach. That's beautiful.
I thought you might have meant like London or somewhere.
No, I just think it's sort of like sometimes it could even be in your head. We had imaginary friends and we could have gone under tables or in boxes and thought we were in a cave or something.
Yeah.
That's that's allowed. No, I think going on the beach is brilliant. I would also agree with that. To me, when I was a kid, probably where did I like favourite place to visit was Jaywick. We used to go to Jaywick in my early years for at least about 10 or 12 years. Every year we had a week's holiday and we would go to Jaywick. Usually we'd have a chalet on the front and you'd ride donkeys. You wait outside the pub with your mum and dad in there with a bottle of pop and crisps on a donkey with sunglasses and on the donkey, of course. We just was otherwise on the beach all day long. Absolutely loved it. Just happy, lovely sands, beautiful part of the world. And I mean that wholeheartedly, truthfully. What about you, Jeanette? Where did you like to go as a kid? Because you was living in Victorian England.
Poverty, absolute poverty. Yeah. So I don't remember any beach things.
You go down the coal mine to get some coal.
No, I did used to like going round to other people's houses.
Yeah.
Nobody
Because
liked
they
you
had
coming
really-
round, but I mean, you know.
Oh, I'd eat everything. No, I was quite a fussy eater, but it was really nice to have some lovely food at other people's houses. And other people had snacks. We never had things like crisps and sweets and
Of
biscuits.
course not.
It was so lovely. And other people's families weren't so arguey as ours. I've got 2 brothers and a
Oh.
sister. Honestly, the 4 of us would just fight all the time, and mum would be kind of working and then tired and have to shout at us. And it was always a little bit trauma and dramatic. And so to go to other people's houses where their mums would be really lovely, and you know, their brothers would just kind of keep out of the way and not argue and fight, and there'd be lovely food.
Oh.
So that's what I remember.
Yeah, that's a nice memory though. And this is for you out there in listening in, watching in, viewing. If you're not watching, you might be viewing. When you was a kid, what was your favourite place to visit? It's interesting you say about that, Jeanette, because I remember going. The surprise of that time was when I went to friends' houses, and then was working out what friends' parents swear quite a lot.
Oh,
And that was a real surprise to me. I was sort of shocked. I remember it was only like two different places I went, and I went to friends' houses, and their mum said sort of words I just didn't even quite understand. had an idea, and then
you didn't repeat them at home.
no, I mean I didn't hear my dad swear until I went to work with him. He never swore at home, and then I went to work with him, and he'd see his mates, and he'd get all sweary. It's like, Dad, you're like the Hulk. You've changed. Jenny says, that's Jenny Lithgow. She's here on a flying visit. Dr. Jenny, she says St. Joseph's next to Jaywick. That's where she was her favourite place. So not that far from me and you and me. Lots of things for us to see.
That's quite an interesting menu, isn't it? Bat out of hell with butter and chives. Sorry, it just seemed a bit
You
strange.
tried it.
Just seemed a bit strange.
Tom's referring to the comments on Facebook for anyone just listening in. Bat out of hell with butter and chives. That sounds lovely, doesn't it?
Delicious.
You know, pan fried.
Yeah, of course.
I saw a recipe yesterday, and I kind of thought there, you know, where they say things like pan fried, and it's like, yeah, you cooked it in a pan. Yesterday was one, they was doing something with burnt butter or something burnt.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, that just means you've ruined it. And then you're naming it after that.
Can I just mention one thing?
Yeah,
That,
please do.
of the prizes, one of them was those lovely potato skins. And I remember when I first moved to London, back in the and one of the restaurants, it was a trendy burger place in Fulham that I worked in, and it was one of those first of the trendy burger places that had burgers with sauces and big chips and things. And they had different starters, and the chef had got this new starter one day, and it was like potato peelings, but big chunks of them, and with little bits of potato left in there. But I think I don't know whether he'd put some bacon on it or a bit of cheese or something. And so, and they were, that name of that particular was loaded potato skins. But of course, when you're shouting orders around kitchens and waitresses and stuff, you have to abbreviate things. And I just remember this terrible moment when I had to shout into the kitchen, 4 skins,
Oh.
because they were just referred to amongst us as skins, because, you know, that's what you do. And I was ordering 4 of them. And it's only after I said it, I hadn't really thought, because I was in the moment, I was looking at my little pad, and the kitchen staff were like,
Tricked you. It's like it's a play on the 4 candles, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit like that.
Oh dear, that's lowered the tone. Actually,
I'm
that's
sorry.
a good
I
thing.
just, as soon as I saw them, that is what I thought of.
That was the thing that started me off when I read about potato skins. You can just, I don't know if they fry them or roast them, and they're sort of like crisps, I suppose, but really healthy for you if you don't have them in loads of gunk, you know, loads of oil.
So that's like crisps with the skins on.
Yeah. I think the sort of fast food industry, KFCs, did it for a while. They were having, Yeah, like I think they do them in shops now, like frozen aisle. Like get your fries with skins on.
Right.
I'm not going into any jokes about that.
No.
Wendy says Westwood Ho in Devon, loved it. Got to have horse rides there. Oh, that was with your bat out of hell, butter and chives. Steve says I remember going to the Everglades since I was born and raised in Miami.
Oh.
Did you get alligator rides there?
I remember seeing those boats that are kind of quite flat, but with this great big fan on the back.
Yeah,
go
yeah.
over
They always
they were
look
like
pretty
marshes
cool.
or something, aren't they? The Everglades.
Yeah, I watched that episode of Only Fools and Horses too. Yeah,
No, I was thinking of something else, films and stuff.
yeah, but they did. They used to. Well, that's all we ever saw. There was sort of.
Did Steve go on a propeller boat thing? Because that's
That's what we need to know, Steve.
yeah. I mean, I'd be interested in that.
I'd also be interested. Tom, I'm just wondering. It might be coming from your house.
It
Is
is.
your wife playing violin in a sink or sort of in the bath, but the violin's under the water?
She's playing cello in the front room.
Because where it comes through,
Yeah, that's really loud. Like,
no, I'm not worried about that. You know, you get this kind of weird compression thing on Be Live. That's the platform we use to broadcast these shows. It kind of sounds sometimes like stringed instruments are underwater.
Yeah, I can hear that too.
Yeah.
Exactly as you described, Jono.
And I'd muted Will, and I thought I'm still getting some strings sounds. I can't work it out.
She's plays in a she plays in orchestra, cello in orchestra, but the cello section also get together to play just as cellos and go out and play at small sort of things. But over Christmas, because she was ill and we didn't go out. So she arranged this Swedish wedding march into cello section. So I think she's running through all of them just to make sure they're all playable.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like
She's so clever. She's so talented.
She is
so
really
talented.
clever, yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Brady from the good US survey says airboats and alligator tail tastes like chicken.
Oh.
Okay.
Everything tastes like chicken, doesn't it?
I wonder if you have butter and chives on an alligator tail. Airboats, yes, been on them many times. An alligator tail tastes like chicken. Sorry, there was a repeat of the prompt there. I've lost Will. I don't know where Will's disappeared to, so we'll come back to Will in a moment. I was going to fly off to Will Harris from My Little Brother, but he's not there. Where have you gone, Will? I don't know.
He said he was going to stay there the whole time.
Whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, blinking
He says it.
time.
He says it.
I'm just going onto the. Oh, I can't log into that one, can I? Because it's all.
I
don't know. I've had all of my email keeps throwing me all out completely.
Oh, Jenny says that she's got to go now.
See you,
Bye,
Jenny. See you, Jenny.
See you soon.
Good luck with the new acting career.
I think I'd quite like to.
I don't know if hers is new. She didn't mention,
Oh no, she could be in EastEnders in the.
I think that might be her first thing as well. That I'd not been on one of those before, but it was good.
What was you saying, Tom?
Quite like to imagine Steve on his airboat listening to us, just driving around the Everglades.
Yeah, that would be nice. Send us some pictures, Steve. He was, I was saying he was, but he used to have great radio shows, and he's got a great DJ voice. He's top DJ. I used to listen to his shows for years on the interweb in the good old days when people were nice to each other. That not that long ago. Well, Will, I'm just going to check. I was going to invite Will Harris. I'm just checking. I did have some messages from him for. Oh gosh, will it remember my email? It might remember it. Let's see. I'm just checking. Get off. I don't know why, but for some reason my computer keeps throwing me out of my email accounts like twice, 3-4 times a year, and it unlogs me out of every one of them. And then did I save that password? Oh, it's a nightmare.
Probably something to do with.
It's like getting a new phone.
Yeah,
just like getting a new phone. Yeah. I've been going through that all day yesterday and so far today.
I really don't have any. Maybe I'm not complicated, but everything just comes across.
Mine does normally.
Yeah.
I think my my computer is kind of old now. I think it's gosh, I think it's 2015 model. So that's getting old. I know it's dying on its legs, and if I want to do music in the future, I've got to change it. The plan is to change it, but I don't know about anybody else out there. But if I've changed my computer with the amount of things I do on it, I have to allow at least 3 or 4 weeks to change everything over and get it working how I want it. Not sending emails, but if you make music or do videos or whatever. Anyway, Will's not about, so let's move on to the next feature. We'll get Will back hopefully in a minute. Mini break of the week. It's mini break of the week. Oh, my wife said it would sound good if I did it.
It's nice. I like it. It's very simplistic, but that's all you need sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it was a bit more showy to start with, and then I kind of thought, no, let's move away from them. Let's start with a Zen. Mini break of the week. This week we have mini break of the week, and basically it's what your mini short break of the week would you choose? You've got a choice between seaside. No places that you can tell us the places you'd like to go, but we don't have to pick places. Seaside, countryside, or town and city. Should you be given by us the opportunity to go away for a short, let's say a weekend break, a long weekend break, where would you choose? Seaside, countryside, or town and city? I think that's, for me, that's quite hard because I would choose either. Probably, oh gosh, they've all got their value, haven't they? I think for me, probably it would be seaside or countryside. This time of year, seaside's a bit cold. Steve from North Carolina, he says, Jono, are you wearing that great sweater from the recent warm and toasty pics? I am, Steve. It's very warm. I'm wearing my British Rail t-shirt and I'm wearing my sweater that Tom took pictures of from last week. It was so warm, I just left it on. I've lived in it ever since, Steve. Yeah.
Is it an Aztec style?
It's an Aztec style, yes. It's made by Aztec people in Peru. No, I don't think it's
They're
made
still
in
going.
It's probably made in Leicester. What would you choose, Tom, if you had to choose a seaside, countryside, or a town city break? What would you go for?
Is this just sort of like just small weekend type of?
Yeah, so let's say it's a weekend away.
So I'd go town.
Because of ease of access?
I just think I just quite like going to towns and having a quick look round, really. I don't want to stay there too long. Just so, and you can go and see like loads of stuff, can't you, in a very sort of short amount of time. Whereas if you go to the countryside or the seaside, I just quite like spending more time sort of wandering about, really.
You like going to sort of old shops, like finding old things and having a nice meal?
Yeah, especially if it's just a weekend, if it's a very short break. Yeah.
That sounds lovely. So I was writing to Will Harris. He says, I am here just waiting to be presented, apparently. Yeah, you're not on the console, Will. So I wonder if you could just refresh your screen. Sorry to get technical, people. But yeah, we can't see you. So I can't bring you on unless you're on the screen. So if you try refreshing or logging off and logging on, you're ready to join. I can, yes, you're there now, Will. I'll bring you forth in a couple of moments. Well, let's bring you forth now. Let's just go mad. Let's have 7 screens.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Let's hope this works. Can it work?
Yeah.
Will, all the way from Cumbria. Are you there?
I hope so. I was before as well. I don't know what happened. Hello.
Yeah, it's weird, wasn't it? Let me try and get you in the right position. I'm going to take them off. So you're on the screen.
Okay.
And Tom's mentioned, I'll come to Jeanette in a moment, if that's okay, Jeanette. Will, if you had a choice to go a couple of days away, now I know you're cheating because you've been away quite recently with your partner, but if you had another weekend away, would you right now go country, seaside, or town or city?
Right now, city, I think.
Right. Okay. And would you would you gravitate towards a particular city?
No, I think right now I would want to go to any city that I'd never been to. Other than that, I wouldn't care.
Nice. Okay, Jeanette, what about you? This is really important stuff. We're doing research. I'm writing this all down. No, I'm not. Where would you go for a weekend? You having just been to the other side of the world recently.
I love traveling, and every year I do city breaks and countryside breaks. So don't know, where would I go now? I think I'm buzzing with energy, so I'd probably go city for all the same reasons Tom said. You just cram it all in. In fact, I am going to London tomorrow. So
funnily enough,
Royal Albert Hall, a restaurant in Kensington, all booked.
I'm doing the opposite and going to the country. I'm going to the Cotswolds tonight. So.
There we go.
There
Got
you
it all
go.
covered. So if somebody could just go to the beach, then that's it. We've got all bases covered.
Oh, you lot are doing it already. I mean, I want to go somewhere now. I can't travel far because I've got a back problem that restricts me being able to sit or stand for too long. So
Get down to Mersey.
I'll go to. Oh, do you know what? I think I might be going to Mersey tomorrow just because that's where they are doing the COVID vaccines. It's just chemists now. If you book one, not for
Proper
me,
day,
not for me. I've had mine, but for my wife.
Lovely day out.
I've got to go to Mersey to a chemist in Mersey I've never heard of.
They do nice shellfish out there, and that's good for your diabetes.
Yeah, this is good. This is like, top tips.
Yeah.
Wendy says,
Also, if you got a train somewhere,
yeah,
and it wasn't too full a train, you could have a seat for a bit, and then you could stand up for a bit. I mean, it's only 50 minutes to London anyway on the train, but in that time, you could do some standing, some sitting, probably not laying, but you could just lean.
But London, once you get there, it's quite difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, there's lots of stairs, undergrounds, and
London's
buses though.
it's
Buses,
proved
stand up,
problematic
sit
for
down.
me. I can do it, but I pay back for a few weeks afterwards. I get payback.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't go into all of that.
Mersey Island.
Wendy says, does it count? I live at the beach. Oh, you cheat.
What beach does Wendy live
Yeah,
at?
what beach do you live at?
And what would you do for a weekend? Would you go away to? Do you like the fact of going away to towns or countryside because you're already at the beach? It won't seem like a weekend away, something special.
Yeah, she probably, she's living the life of Riley, isn't she? I mean, I'd like to know the life who Riley is. I've always pondered that. But she's living the life of Riley, and maybe as long as she doesn't feel the cold and the sort of minus temperatures, she's living the life of Riley. Well,
and the upkeep of houses at the seaside, I understand, is because of the salt air and the salt water. You have to have more expensive building materials to withstand it, stainless steel and
also that. Steve,
how I know these things?
I don't know how you know him. You're just an amazing person. Steve, North Carolina. Steve, where would you go for a short break for a weekend, given the choice? Maybe what we should do is, while people are pondering it, maybe we should ask Mr. Will Harris. So glad you're with us, Will. Thank you for taking the time.
Thanks for having me, Ben.
Maybe we should ask you to sing us a song.
I had got sort of some songs planned, but there's one that just fits this question really well that I wrote. So I'm going to do a different one. This is, it's a song about going to places, basically.
Okay, well, we'll get out your way. Before you start, we'll just take us off screen so you get the full screen value of Will Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Harris.
Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song about Rome. Here's a song about smiling when we wake and aren't at home. Here's a song about Portugal. Here's a song about Spain. Here's a song about dancing in our t-shirts in the rain. Here's a song about bicycles. Here's a song about cars. Here's a song about driving out at night to see the stars. Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song of Glasgow. Here's a song about let's do all this stuff before we go. Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song of Carlisle. Here's a song about getting through your weekdays with a smile. Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song of Malmo. Here's a song about let's do all this stuff before we go. I want to play with matches. I want to take my chances. I want to go where you don't go. Get thrown in at the deep end. I want to fill my weekends. I want to know what you don't know. I want to play with matches. I want to take my chances. I want to go where you don't go. Get thrown in at the deep end. I want to fill my weekends. I want to know what you don't know. Here's a song about Amsterdam. Here's a song of Malmo. Here's a song about let's do all this stuff before we go. Thank you.
I
Really
love
lovely.
that song.
I
You played
do.
that last time, and I loved it
I
so
wanted
much.
to fit, but I thought it fit with the theme. So
I bet I was driving Jono mad because he can hear us when we're off screen, and I was singing along to that.
oh, excellent.
Yeah, I had to check. I thought I had something wrong in my undergarden.
That was me.
It was lovely to hear that, Will. You know what I've always wondered? What inspired it, and what inspired sort of like the line, I'd like to play with matches. I always like that.
It's as well, you'll know, sometimes, a lot of the time, when I write songs that sound like they're the sort of really happy, quirky, upbeat ones, they tend to be the ones that come from quite dark places. And just everything, it just felt like everything was going wrong. And I reached a point where I just thought, I just need to start. It was a list of things I wanted to do to try and get life back on track, if you like. And I want to play with matches was just a sort of a bit of excitement. Not that playing with matches is exciting, but it's sort of one of those things that you're told not to do it. So it's just, I want a little bit of danger and a bit of excitement, and that's what the song was basically.
Oh, that's lovely. I mean, a lot of comedy comes from sort of our darkest moments, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And the poignancy of it all. I think that song's great. I love it. I've always loved that song, like Jeanette. And I remember Jeff Darby, who sort of used to be a little guest and play a washboard, come along to our club, lives on a boat in Brightlingsea for some of the year. Hope you're well, Jeff. I think he's not been too well lately. He covered that. When I say he covered, he played a version of it at a show or something we did an afternoon, and it was so nice to hear him doing it, knowing your original so
It
well.
was. You sent me the video of that, and honestly, it was hearing someone else sing it and put their own spin on it was really quite special. It was brilliant.
It's nice when other people do your songs. I mean, it's nice when you get a music artist covers your song. That's
Yeah.
lovely. But it's a great song, and it's a sign of how good you are that you just could turn it on without having planned it, probably haven't rehearsed it, and you just play it, and it's like, wow. It's kind of also a bit like what's the is it it's not what's the film that Jack Black was in when he was the king of the what a style of music, sort of like it's music.
Gulliver's
Who?
Gulliver's Travels.
No, that's not a style of music.
Jack Black.
No, polka. He was the polka king.
Oh,
It reminds me, I've been to maybe 1 or 2 Jewish weddings, and part of the way this time signature is a bit like some of the songs they'd play at Jewish weddings.
Excellent.
They didn't sing about going to Amsterdam or playing with matches, definitely not. That's excellent, Will. Thank you so much. Maybe we should take you off just for a moment, then we can bring you back on again, all new and refreshed and fluffy. And we'll do that, and then we'll just be like the first time every time. Thanks, Will Harris. What a wonderful gentleman and a very talented man. I've loved his music for a long time, and I still do. Wendy says she would still love another beach place. She loves Eastbourne, lovely theatres there. I'm between Dungeness and Folkestone. Oh, I got you.
that's a nice place too.
Yeah, Dungeness is a bit more sort of not barren, but a bit more sort of not a lot going on as it was.
It is really barren at Dungeness.
Is that?
Yeah.
There's a band called Athlete, and they were out a few years ago, and they did a song called Dungeness, and which I really liked. I suppose if you go to Eastbourne, you can go like Victorian Eastbourne and go along the they call it the promenade.
Promenade, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful buildings.
Do people still go along the promenade in Victorian clothing nowadays? Oh, actually, is that a Little Britain sketch, which I tried to avoid? Yeah.
Only ladies.
I think they do at Eastbourne.
They do it at Eastbourne, yeah.
They're really old.
Do they do it in Bournemouth?
No, I think Eastbourne has a really old population, isn't it? Probably from Victorian times.
Yeah, they're mostly Victorian people, aren't they?
Yeah.
Steve said, I'd like to go to the UK one day, but for more than a weekend. We'd love to have you here, Steve. Likewise, I wanted to go to America for so long, and I was going to do it. I was going to do some dates there, like singing there, and it never sort of materialized, mostly because of ill health, I think. But in recent years, the way things have been, it's kind of like, oh, do I still want to go there? Especially if Donald Trump comes back. Oh,
yeah.
When
I don't know if it's like where Steve is. I don't know how political it is there, and if there's lots to do. We should swap. He should come over here to Colchester and have a little visit, and we should go there.
Yeah,
imagine doing the warm and toasty from Steve's house. That'd be great.
Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? We're live from North Carolina.
We're coming, Steve. We're coming.
And Steve's a guest, but he's in Colchester, the city.
Yeah, in the next room on a laptop.
Yeah, with his clothes on, not doing anything like Jeanette does. Weighs herself in the nude.
Yeah, wondering.
Yeah,
this is like 6 o'clock in the morning when it's still dark
Look,
outside.
I know that little Freddie down the road does the early turn. He goes past your house. He seems to hover. All right, Fred. Yeah, what are you doing? Just hovering.
Yeah.
Hovering.
Nobody needs it, and they wouldn't know that I was naked anyway. They just think I was wearing those pink pajamas that need ironing.
Oh,
I am old now. Don't forget, I've had a big birthday. 100.
Oh yes, I forgot about your 100th birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wendy says that Dungeness is a desert.
It is officially a desert, isn't it?
Is it officially?
Yeah, it's the only desert in England or the UK or whatever.
Do you know what? You could say that, and that could be true or not. Either way, I'm like, yeah.
We can let Wendy let us know.
So
no,
there's a really good like fish hut down on Dungeness. We had a lovely fish sandwich.
Ooh,
Fish sandwich.
Mm.
I've been having.
Mersey tomorrow, Jono.
You see, Wendy,
Yeah,
it's true.
I hadn't
Oh,
thought of it, Jeanette, until you said it. I hadn't thought. I thought we're just going to have an injection thing, and I'll wait in the car or whatever. But now we can have dreams of seafood and sea.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
the company shared.
You could have some
Lovely.
fish and chips.
Oh, my thing's gone blurry, and it's not.
It has, yeah.
Refusing not to look. It focused on the hand. There we go.
That's it.
God, you don't want to be focusing on me too much. Nobody's really voted. What would you?
Well,
prefer?
some have.
Have they?
I've included anybody that said anything, including us.
Um,
So we do have a winner.
Okay, so we're okay for that. Then maybe we go to Will and then we do it afterwards. Where have everybody gone? I mean, it's cold out. What are you going out for? We're doing the Woman Toasty Club online memory after, and we've got Will Harris on. I mean, come on.
I did go out for breakfast this morning, actually. Did you go for breakfast, Jeanette? Do you sometimes go for that?
I do. Oh, did you go to Eton?
No, I went past it the other day and thought, I should pop over and
Oh,
go in.
yes.
But I went to Patch this morning.
Oh, right. I walked past there. I had to go to town yesterday and I thought, I'll go in on the motorbike because I can park everywhere. And I couldn't get my bike to start. So that's not a good thing for the new year.
And it's a push bike.
It's not a push bike.
You didn't know you'd swapped it. You'd forgotten you swapped it for a push bike and tried to
so no
start
wonder it wouldn't have. Trying to get it to fire up.
Yeah.
I was turning that handlebar. Nothing happening.
The crank.
Yeah.
I haven't been out for breakfast. Well, I don't remember if I've ever been out for breakfast. I mean, that's how the other half live. You go out for breakfast.
Yeah.
I mean, I just go for the gluten-free pancakes.
It's quite nice at Patch. It was quite nice food.
Patch.
Yeah.
Sounds so London.
Can't park there.
It was a bit London. Yeah.
You can park outside Eton, and it's proper old English big breakfasts.
Yeah.
And not too expensive. And they do gluten-free stuff as well.
But we had to look.
I go there with Gary more than anyone.
Yeah. We looked in, and it did look like it was. Yeah. Quite nice. Well, the other day we looked in, and we thought we'd walk over and maybe have a big breakfast. Not on a Friday, to maybe Saturday or Sunday. Saturday.
Oh, Friday is mine and Gary's usual thing, but he's in Paris right now.
Stop it already. I've had enough of you lot.
I know.
Going all over the place. I never get out.
Get the violins out for John.
Emma, put the cello down. Pick up a violin.
The only time
we'll have our little one.
The only time you see me out is if I go to do a Warm and Toasty in-person show afternoon.
Or drop things around here.
Yeah, get the violins out. Let's welcome Will back.
I bet Will can play a violin.
I really can't. Really.
I have play everything.
Are you purely piano, or do you play a little bit of guitar?
Yeah, I play a bit of guitar, drums, and flute, and a few things, but not. I'm hopeless, absolutely hopeless on violin. I have tried, but I can't do it. I'm not a string player.
Do you? I was listening to your first song I heard of yours when you sent it into Fresh on the Net way back when, called Nosedive. And there's a bit of electric guitar, maybe a little bit of nylon string guitar in there.
Yeah.
Did you play those?
Yeah, on Nosedive, Everything's Me.
I thought it was. It's a really great little song. It's really compact, bijou, and it does all it says it's going to do on the tin. It's lovely. Yeah, check it out, people. Actually, I'll share some linkage to Will's band, My Little Brother. What's coming up for My Little Brother then, Will? Have you got you're always touring normally?
We've got a few dates up here at the start of the year. We're going into the studio next month to record some new songs. And then we've got a few festivals lined up. We're hoping to get more, but it's that time of year where we're just waiting for confirmation for them.
Yeah.
And then, we want to play more gigs further afield, because we tend to just do sort of the Northwest and Scotland. So we want to just do a few here and there in other places. So if anyone knows anyone, give us a shout.
And I ran a little festival. I haven't booked all the bands yet.
Oh, amazing!
It doesn't pay very much, but it's
just we just want to if we can get there. That's the thing. We just want to we want to play all over the place and play to new people.
I'll
basically.
message you.
Yeah,
I'll
please
message
do.
you.
Please do. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it's hard when you get outside your area because you soon realise how far away places are in terms
Yeah.
of.
And everywhere is a long way from Cumbria as well.
Exactly.
Even Cumbria is a long way from Cumbria. It's a big place.
So what are you going to play for us now, Will?
I'm going to do a new one that I've never done at all, in fact. So, yeah, fingers crossed I remember it. It's called Magnificent.
Oh, let's hear it then, ladies and gentlemen. He's with us from My Little Brother, but on his own today. He's rather wonderful. He is Will Harris with Magnificent.
Yeah, there's usually 5 of us playing on this, so I'm a bit terrified about the piano part. We shall see. This mind is like a mysticism lost in time. Experimentalism thoughts like some stupid line. Your gut, it could protect you from the world somewhat. The double crosses and the girl and the boy who stole your world. So when they tell you you're different, magnificent, I don't want to change that. I don't want to change that. Oh, you're vocal, antisocial. Oh, I don't want to change that, but I don't want to change. You might find a broken scale never move. It's hard, but sometimes love we got to choose. Oh my God, we've got to choose. So when they tell you you're different, magnificent, I don't want to change that. I don't want to change that. Oh, you're vocal, antisocial. Oh, I don't want to change that. I don't want to change that. So when I find all the colors pass me by, I won't mind, 'cause you're already mine. So when they tell you you're different, magnificent, I don't want to change that. I don't want to change that. Oh, you're vocal, antisocial. Oh, I don't want to change that, but I don't want to change. So when they tell you you're different, magnificent, I don't want to change that. I don't want to change that. Oh, you're vocal, antisocial. Oh, I don't want to change that. I don't want to change that. Thank you.
That slightly awkward moment when you finished and you look
Is that
and
it?
we're not there yet. That slight delay. We're all there waiting, just the app's a bit slow at loading us up.
Yeah, I can get on straight away, but then I have to be on and then press the button. So I've decided a while ago, I press their 2 buttons to get on, and then I'll come on at the same time as them. But that's a 3-second delay.
Right.
Technical. You have to. It's like starting the show. You have to pause for a second before you hit play the intro credits. Lovely song. You don't have to change that. Not that's the title. What's it called?
Magnificent. I think we haven't. It's not written down anywhere yet, but probably Magnificent.
Magnificent. Yeah.
Very nice.
What's the story, Jack and Ori, with the new album? Then are you still with Big Sky Records? Is it?
Big stir.
Sorry. Terrible.
We're just kind of recording because we want to do it, and then we'll speak to them if they have the time and the inclination to release it. Maybe. If not, we'll just do it ourselves, or we might approach other people. But I'm not sure. Basically.
Yeah, early doors.
Yeah. We just want to record it. We've got loads and loads of stuff ready to go, so we just want to release it. Really.
Magnificent. Steve Brady says, my little brother has a keen ear for a tune.
Thank you, Steve.
They do, and he does indeed. Wonderful, Will. We're just going to do some. Well, actually, should we do the announcement of the 3 or 4 votes for the clear winner?
Us,
mostly us. Seaside, countryside, or town or city for mini break of the week is
it's town
or
city.
city. Just edged it. No countryside.
I could have added one to each because Steve Brady said he'd like to come to the UK, which is everything. There's lots of countryside, lots of towns and cities, and lots of beach.
True.
So he didn't specify which he preferred. So he didn't really kind of.
You don't count.
He does, and he should come to England.
Of course he does.
But yeah, so that is it. So towns
there we
and
go.
cities.
Town and city is the mini break of the week champion. There we go.
My favourite weekend away ever was in Lisbon, in Portugal, ever. And I've done lots of foreign city breaks.
Is that Barcelona?
What?
It's from Europe. That's what I put. I just put in Europe because I thought it. Yeah.
It's a beautiful horizon, certainly.
Yeah. Wendy says, taking me this long to work out it's not actually Jono's little brother. I think she's being serious.
Oh.
Will hasn't got his hair down at the moment, but it could be seen. He's got much.
Shit. Take a letter, Miss Jones.
There's a lot of hair then.
That's a lot of hair.
A lot of hair and much more impressive beard and mustachio action from Will. I mean, yeah, he's got it going on, hasn't he?
He has.
I had it going on. I had it going on for a few years, but I don't know where it went. It's gone. We're going to say goodbye to Will, and we'll be back with you in a minute or two. Will, thanks, mate. That was brilliant. That was magnificent. See what I did there? He's such a nice fella, and he's so super talented. It's really nice when you get people that you like who are very melodic in their songwriting. They're very interested in their words, and the melodies they pick are lovely, and they're nice people. It's a bonus, isn't it? Oh, I should mute him. I just heard a note there. That's playing a bit of piano in the background. Now it's time for Poem of the Week.
It's Poem of the Week. It's sometimes short and sweet. It's Poem of the Week. It's always magnifique.
Well, this week's poem is, I just thought I'd start the year dipping into one of my favourite poets, Mr. Brian Bilston. And I thought I'm just going to do something really random, just because I could. I was looking at some old classical things about daffodils and stuff, but this is the one that struck me this week, and it's called Penguin Awareness by Brian Bilston. I have been aware of penguins since I was 3. I think one may have moved in with me. The signs are everywhere. The smell of salt water in the air. There are molted feathers on my chair. Yesterday I found a fish upon the stair, but when I turn around, there's no one there, for he moves in the shadows like Tony Soprano. I am forever stepping in guano. I don't know why he's come to live with me. There are better places for him to be. But when I've gone to bed, I can hear the tread of his soft heels across the kitchen floor and the opening of the freezer door. And I picture him there, his head resting on a frozen shelf, dreaming sadly of somewhere else, thinking about the hand that life has dealt him, and I wonder if his heart is melting. That's called Penguin Awareness by Brian Bilston. A quirky little poem that I love.
Oh, Tom's not there. Where's Tom gone? There he is.
There he
I
is.
pressed Tom first, didn't work. Brian Bilston, is he your favourite poet aside from Mr. Martin Newell?
Yeah, and John Cooper Clarke.
Oh, John Cooper Clarke. Get that in.
Yeah, but no, he's very funny. He's got such random poems. I mean, some of them are a bit political, so I avoid those. But that one I just thought was quirky and kind of quite poignant. And you just imagine like a penguin in a house, but sneaking into the freezer and putting his head there and maybe thinking he should be somewhere else. Nice.
It was lovely. Thank you very much. I just wanted to ask people out there, there's not loads of you viewing today, I don't think, but I don't get the sort of final thing till afterwards. A lot of people watch the show afterwards, actually, quite more than watching it live at the minute, certainly. I just wanted to, I'm putting together some information, any feedback on what we've been doing over the last 6 months or so, anything the club's been doing, if you've enjoyed it or not enjoyed it, or you want it to change, or any feedback on what we're doing, just because I'm pulling together all the information for a report for the National Lottery Community Fund, who have been funding our work.
Jono, I am visiting Valda, my surrogate mum, in a place in Colchester called Frida Gunton Lodge. She's moved in there a while back.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. So it's near Jumbo Water Tower, and it's very lovely, and the people there are really lovely. And I was visiting her yesterday, and some of the people that work there, I got chatting with them, and they were talking about could I come in and do anything and kind of entertain them in any way? And I said, oh gosh, yeah, if you really want me to, I can either sing and play guitar, or I can. She was talking about karaoke. She was going to get a karaoke machine. I said, well, I could come in and have a go at that, which I've done before. And I was saying about the Warm and Toasty Club, and she's just, her face lit up. This woman, the events organizer for that area, and she said she'd heard of it and she'd heard all good things, and it was all wonderful. And they can't put on things very much because of funding. They just don't have the funding for stuff, so I'll be doing stuff for nothing. But she loved the sound of the Warm and Toasty Club, and she would like things to get some of the residents out to. So I was going to talk to her further about the one that you do in town.
Yes.
And if she can get people down to that would be really nice.
Yeah, Community 360. We do it there every
Yeah.
third Monday of the month. We just had one this past Monday, and
Yeah.
I'm just getting the calendar up actually. 360, which is on 4 to 6 Longwire Street in Colchester, the old Poundland building. We are there next, just so you know, on the 20th of February. Monday.
Well, it was just really nice to have that kind of feedback that
Thank
people that have never been to a Warm and Toasty event had already heard of us and really lovely things. So
that's nice. Thank you. I think I've been to Frida Gunton before. I'll talk to you more about it afterwards, but that's very nice, Jeanette. Thank you very much. But if anybody has any feedback on what we're doing, do let us know how it's going for you, because it would help inform us going forward. Christine, hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. Had an appointment.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy. Hope all is well with you. We should invite Mr. What's Tom doing? We should invite Mr. Will Harris back. Let's get him back on. So, Will, thank you for coming all the way from Cumbria to be on our show here in the city of Colchester.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure. Hopefully, we'll get to see. I'd love to see you live. You know, Jeanette's the nearest I'm going to get to it, bringing you down.
Yeah,
it's a long road to run, but let's get you on to do one last song, if that's okay. What are you going to end up with, Will?
I'm going to do a totally new one that I've literally never sung live. So I just want, it's completely new. It doesn't really have a title yet, and it may well change a lot in the future. But I want to sing it, so I'm going to do it.
I'll let him do it. Let's. It could be Magnificent Part 2. It is the wonderful Will Harris.
I've been thinking about you, of all the good times now gone by. I've been meaning to talk to you. I guess it's not too late for that, but I'm dreaming of a world outside, but love soldiers on in my mind. I've been meaning to talk to you, but I can't get my timing right. 'Cause we're both feeling awful. We're out of mind, but never out of sight. And time pulling things apart before they heal. But love soldiers on. Oh, love soldiers on in my mind. So tell me about this new world where everything's unreal. 'Cause love soldiers on. Oh, love soldiers on in my mind. In my mind.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Love Soldiers On, possibly titled. Who knows?
Oh yeah, that would be a good title, wouldn't it? Would make sense.
Yeah.
It's the bit I repeat over and over again.
Yeah. Just a little tip.
Songwriting tips here all day.
Yeah, I mean, I can see you running off, just not Love Soldiers On in my mind, but it could soldier on, you know, in my afternoon, in my all sorts of things. You could be. It's a lovely piece. I think that's the big ballad for the next album right there. Lovely tune, Will.
Thank you.
We look forward to you recording your next album, seeing what happens once you've put your bits in the band. Yeah, we wish you well on your future endeavours. Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. We'll catch up online, perhaps not on Twitter for a little while.
I will.
Yeah, probably not.
Bye, mate. Best
Speak
wishes
to you
to you. Best wishes to you and the band. We're gonna
I'll send you a message.
send him a message.
That'll be brilliant.
I'll send you one later as well, Saucy Jock. All right.
Excellent.
Thanks, mate. That's Will Harrison, my little brother. We're going to end this afternoon with thanks to Tom and Jeanette for being with me, Jono, on episode 113 of our Online Memory Afternoons. We're back in 2 weeks' time. Where are we back? We're back on Facebook. In 2 weeks' time, we're back with Neve, a lovely artist we had on once before on the show, doing some songs, having a chat, having a laugh. Do let us know in the comments if there's anything you want to say about the Warm and Toasty Club. I'm collecting feedback for the last 6 months at the moment, so anything helps. You don't have to, but if you want to, you're more than welcome, and I would be great.
You want some from us?
No, you can't.
Keep it clean.
You can't assess yourself, can you? But online and in person, if you've come along to our event or you've enjoyed any of our services, then please let us know what you think about them, good, bad, or indifferent. The big thing is thank you for taking time out of your day to be with us today. And even if you're not with us today and you're watching back later, thanks a lot. It means the world to us. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Jeanette. And let's get the outro music to say goodbye. Goodbye. Dry a tear, baby dear, from your eye. Right, enough of that. Let's just put this on and then let us slowly disappear. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
We've all got a tale to tell.
The music's not even playing. There we go.
It is here.
See you now.
It all
See ya.
aside, we made it through by and by. It's warm and toasty in here. Share our laughter, sometimes tears. You'll be welcome with a cup of tea and a biscuit, maybe 2 or 3. Wrapped in a little white cloth. Cooking for hours in the old iron pot. There's a jam roly-poly for tea. Enough for you and Dad and Grandma and me. What did we like the most? Fish paste sandwich or peas on toast? Nothing could come close to bubble and squeak the day after our son